here I am looking very dashing, if I do say so myself. It's a little bulky, it's a bit warm for this weather. But I do like the fit. How it feels. I look ready to shake up Enderal. The more I'm here, the longer I'm here, the more I want to just rattle up the conservatives and the bigots. You know, I'm a pathless one. I live in a noble quarter. I dress like a sublime. I'm now a keeper. A member of the Golden Sickle. I really make a name for myself. Right. Clairvoyance is telling me Aranthiel is in here. We were here to conduct some kind of ceremony, I believe. Are we up top? Where are we going? Kalia. Have you been called here by Aranthiel too?
Yes.
Well, if we're waiting for Aranthiel, I may as well ask you a few questions. You seem to spend a lot of time on your own. What? Was it always like that?
Well, as I told you, I was never very popular with the other novices.
So I heard.
You know, the novitiate was very challenging. The magisters only rarely gave us days off to contemplate, as they called it. The others usually used it to go to the tavern to gamble and drink.
Typical.
I never really liked that kind of pastime, and I still don't.
That makes two of us. But... And there was never anybody you were interested in? That's... not enough to interest your time, I guess?
I've never really thought about things like that. You know, life in the temple is quite secluded, and I doubt there are many men or women who would find my way of living attractive. But forgive me, that's very personal. I don't really want to talk about it.
I understand. I just presume that with the life you lead and kind of the seclusion in the temple, your only other choices, well, I say choices, like your prime sort of options you might attract are other keepers, but how come everybody needs to stretch their legs from time to... Are we still talking about love?
That's true, but when I feel the need to relax, I prefer taking a stroll or spending time in the baths. Whatever secret there is about relaxing to loud music, raucous shouting, and alcohol is beyond me.
Amen to that. Then, you're not a drinker. What's the story behind the tattoo?
Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean my mark. I've had that for as long as I can remember, and I don't have the slightest idea as to how I got it.
There's nothing that... You seem fidgety, Kalia. Well... It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Somebody must have put it on you. I think that's just stating the obvious. Is it magical somehow? Is it related to the entity?
No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all.
Well, if it's any comfort, I think it looks pretty cool.
It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess.
I'm not going to say it's pretty cool and then say, oh, why don't you remove it, but... Can't you? I mean, and it's your choice. I do think it looks cool, but have you looked into having it removed? Do you want it removed?
Not without leaving a bad scar, at least according to the apothecary. And even if that weren't the case, I don't know if I'd want it gone. It reminds me of something.
Interesting. It reminds you of something. And it's part of who you are. You shouldn't try to, you know, change or remove parts of you just because they're outside the norm. But I feel like I have no choice but to ask. Something like that doesn't just appear out of nowhere.
That's what Tyrus said too. But if it has a meaning, it's obscure. I couldn't find anything in the books, and the magisters couldn't put their fingers on it either.
Interesting. It seems... the design is too particular to be random. And now we mention it, I imagine Sakaresh, that's the name of your foster father. Was it not? But Kalia, where did you get Kalia from?
It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual name, but I had nothing else to go with, so it stuck.
Interesting. That blanket could be a clue, the name could be a clue to your origins. I imagine you've explored all these already. Now might not be the time, but I have a few questions about the entity. The it, as you call it.
If it's really necessary. What do you want to know?
So, if you actually give in to this thing, what would happen? You were cloaked in shadow, would you transform further?
Honest answer? I don't know, and I don't want to know. As I told you in the Scuola, if I really am the one to blame for that massacre in the village, if this memory is real, then the answer to your question is yes. I would transform into whatever this creature is, but it will never come to that. You have my word.
I'll take your word for it. Why does this whole thing burden you so much? I mean, I know why it burdens her so much. It means losing herself if she allows it to take over. So what if it makes you powerful? What good is power if you lose yourself? But what happened in old Dothelgrad with that bandit? That's... Other than the village, has that happened before?
If that were the case, I probably wouldn't be here right now, would I? No, it hasn't. Usually it's just thoughts, and they're almost always there. It's as if there's always something lurking in the dark corners of my mind, just waiting for me to give in. It's tough, to say the least. I don't know if you can relate to that.
I can definitely relate to that. I'm not asking why she feels a burden. It's obvious why she feels a burden. But what do you think of current events?
Well, what should I think about them? They're disquieting. Speaking of which, recently there's been word from the League of Apothecari up north. They say that their studies on the Red Madness haven't borne fruit yet.
Interesting.
And that it is like no disease they've ever encountered. Honestly, that has rid me of the last of my doubts about the cycle being real, just as the Grandmaster said. Let's just hope we can find out how to stop it.
To me, seeing that machine would have been proof enough of the cycle, but thank you for this talk. I don't think Aranthiel's coming, though.
Impressive.
Oh. Thank you. I'm just going to find Aranthiel. He seems to be through here. Aranthiel?
This is too dangerous, whatever they want here. If we send spies and they get caught, Nerim will see this as a provocation.
Poor, poor people. All they did was invade a foreign country, and look how ruthless we are, sending spies in order to find out why they're here. We should be ashamed.
Save the sarcasm. We both know what I mean. You know my opinion, Tila.
I will consider it.
Spies? Invaders?
Who are you?
You mean, who am I? You've seen me in here enough times by now. What's going on?
You come at the right time, Prophet. Commander, explain the situation.
Of course, Grandmaster. Yesterday, we received word from one of our outposts in Duneville. One of the fishermen there saw warships anchoring on an island some miles from shore. And they bear the Nerimese flag.
We have already sent scouts to confirm this, and it is true. The Nerimese have invaded our land.
The wars have finally spilled over to Enderal then. But why? I thought they were only fighting for control of their own territory. Why would they want to invade Enderal?
We have a suspicion. I suppose you know that the civil war in Nerim has ended 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And who won it?
I can't recall who won it. I've been too busy trying to keep myself alive and get here to begin with when I was in Nerim. But I don't know who's won.
The combined forces of the Northern and the Middle Realm, led by Taranor Korek of Kabait. The Southern rebels and the remnants of the Creator's Temple have been destroyed, once and for all. Now Nerim has been united under the banner of the Free People of Nerim, how they like to call themselves. And this could be the reason for these warships.
But why? Why would Naren risk another war right after they've just ended one? Surely they should just take a moment to lick their wounds.
Because of this Koarek.
It is said that he helped Narathzul Aranthiel shortly before the Lightborn were slain. And while before that, he was an opportunist who changed his ideals as often as his underpants, it seems that his crusade with Narathzul converted him, so to speak. He has become a declared enemy of religion.
He also thinks of the death of the gods as the first step of many. And now he sees it his task to rid Vin of religion once and for all. Free the world from the scourge of faith. These are his words.
Though it is worth mentioning that his understanding of freeing includes mass executions and the burning down of temples.
Oh, charming.
He's a fanatic, and worse, his men worship him for it.
So we've traded one madman in Naren for another.
Found a new world, and his free people of Naren are supposed to be vanguard of it.
This is not what we need right now, isn't? This is very similar to what your order once stood for, a world free of religious thinking, but you weren't butchers about it like this guy is, apparently. But it does beg a question. You say he worked for, or Constantine said he worked with Aranthiel shortly before, or Narathzul, Aranthiel's son. What else do you know about this Koarek, then?
Not much. Or, yes there is. He's a narcissist. I was surprised to hear that the banners of his free people are ornamented with a picture of his and an inscription saying, "Praise me."
And let me guess, you suspect this Koarek is here because the Enderalians, we believe the gods, are still alive.
Correct.
What Koarek doesn't understand is that we're doing this to prevent a crisis.
Well, telling the common people, telling them the truth is out of the question. Especially now that there are Naren ships off the coast of Enderal. If we tell them now, it will cause a panic. The Naramese ships, the rumors will begin to circle. They will cause a panic. They'll know that they're here because they claim the Lightborn are dead. And if we tell them that those claims are true, who knows what would happen? There would be a revolt. And then Naren would be able to just walk right over us. And what if we explain our motives to Koarek? You know, the Naramese mages were talked around. If this guy worked with Narathzul, maybe he can help us fight the cycle too.
That is the problem. Pigast?
We believe that Koarek already knows about the cycle and the cleansing. And that he, how should I put it, wants it to happen.
He what? We're talking about the same cycle, right? The one that can end life as we know it.
I'm afraid so. I know how strange this sounds, but in a way it makes sense. For him, Enderal as the home of the Holy Order is the epitome of ignorance and stagnation. And we suppose he even knows that we are fighting these High Ones. But in his eyes, everything a paragon of the Old Order tries to prevent from happening must be something good. Maybe he even sees the High Ones as prophets of his new era. Who knows? Fanatics are unpredictable.
Right now,
Wait,
this is only an assumption, but we have to know.
If he believes in these High Ones, does that just mean he's trading one god for another? So, what now, Aranthiel? Everyone? You've all gone awfully quiet.
Huh?
Oh. What do we have to know? Guys? Are we observing a moment's silence? Constantine?
Right now, this is only an assumption, but we have to know.
Alright, maybe just needed a moment to think. I kind of overheard as I came in. We need to spy on the Neramis. We need to find out what they're up to.
Yes. Do you know what a silver plate is?
I presume we are not talking about a dinner plate. Enlighten me.
They are relics from Arctwend. What makes them unique is their power to transfer sound. Every plate has a counterpart, and if someone standing near one plate says something, the one standing near the other one hears it too. Our plan is to place 2 of the plates in their camp. That way we can sound them out without risk.
That's if we can do the placing.
You, Firespark, and the mercenary, Dalvarek. However, you cannot travel to the island by ship. That would be too conspicuous.
We found out that the Pyreans had some kind of underground transporting system. Undertrains, that's what they called them. These trains connected the most important regions of the realm with each other, and thus probably also the temple on the island where Korek's ships set anchor. If we can manage to find one of these trains, we could use them to get right to his camp.
Interesting.
And, as it happens, we have information about a Pyrean temple in the Crystal Forest. One that is still intact enough for us to find a way into one of these trains.
The Living Temple.
That's how you call it, yes. But enough of the chit-chat. First of all, we
temple.
need to find the gem that is used to open the gate of the temple. And I have a guess where we could find it. A village called Fogville, not far from the Whisperwood.
And, well, that's good. When... Well, I guess you're no nonsense. When do we set out?
As soon as possible. Joseph the mercenary has already traveled to Fogville, and you should do the same. I will meet you there.
So we're
Right.
talking about accomplished facts, or what?
It is the only way. I'm sorry, Natara. Prophet, I'm counting on you. Find out why Korek is here.
I will. It's a meeting adjourned. I will see you, Constantine, in Fogville. That lady, that other one in the armor, the keeper. She's another one of these people who are far too resistant to change and... Oh! Yeah, she's far too resistant to change, but things are changing far too quickly.
Where is this supposed to lead?
The machine. It's under construction. I suppose the first thing to do is to construct the metal frame. This used to be plugged into the water, or a water source, which we do have up here. This is certainly going to cause some anxiety among the locals in Ark, I believe, and for miles around we'll see this being constructed.
A machine that can
Looks like Lashari's off to oversee construction. Right, I had better top up, because if we're heading to find this gem to the temple, they'll open the way. Constantine doesn't like to mess around. He'll probably then immediately say, right, we're off. We're off to take the train. We've got a train to catch. What is a train? I'm just going to go see the armory here. Let's see if we can pick up anything. There's an apothecary. Oh, after you. There's an apothecary where we can pick up some potions. And hopefully, being of the Order, they might give us a bit of a discount. But definitely, in my new robes, they'll be more than willing to give me a discount. Now, before we do leave, bought a few potions. I've increased my light armor by doing a bit of reading. I'm just going to do a little meditating. Reflect on my experiences thus far. Summon apparition. I can reduce the fever I get if my arcane apparition is defeated. But I don't feel like it's causing me too many problems for the moment. Soulsmith. You can make talismans from souls with rank 2 at Phasmaless workbenches. We do have the soul of the Pyrean scout that we found when we discovered that prototype machine. We'll unlock that. Focus violence. Melee damage and the armor skill of your operations is strengthened. Deviousness. Critical hit and marksmanship. And mana and spell damage. The one we're going to want to go for is violence. And I know people say violence is never the answer, but in this case, it definitely is, because we like Rugar. I forgot his name, but we like Rugar. He gets in people's faces, he bashes them with a shield. That's the kind of violence we need in our lives. It's time to wake up. I'm going to go home, I'm going to change out of these clothes. I'm going to make my way to Fogville to meet Jaspar and Constantine. Maybe tomorrow, though. It's very late. We'll have a good night's sleep before we set out. Constantine, I have no doubt, is going to work us like the slave driver he is. But, bless him, do I appreciate him calling Jaspar by the wrong name every single time.
Yes?
Well, I didn't want anything. It's very early in the morning. It's around 4 a.m. Beginning towards 5 a.m. You can just see the dawn slowly beginning to creep in. And while I was getting ready to go, these guards are just asking yes a lot. Or were they stating it? Ahoy. We formulated a plan, and that is we're going to cross west and then take this road just generally northwest, passing wherever Pack is. We'll kill him on the way, collect the bounty, and then we will go meet Jaspar at Fogville. And if we have time, because I know this is going to be rather time sensitive, we might pop down here and see if we can recover this key from Fogville. And that will allow us to go and investigate to that castle we've been told to go to see if there was about those mushrooms. I'm unfamiliar. It's been a long time now since I've read anything about it. Here we are. The apothecary told me about his famous grandfather, who, on the order of a noblewoman, was researching these mushrooms, and it ended up polluting the woods and becoming a plague. And he wants me to go investigate the fortress where it occurred, to shed some light on the situation, or see if he can cure it at all and clear his grandfather's name. But we will see. Before we go too far, I've remembered we have a barrel. Come on, barrel. I'm not walking all that way. And I did some thinking. As much as I do prefer Kalia, she's a lot more like Constantine. Hey, buddy. Shall I travel with you? Well, I have some other things to do. I'll meet you at Fogville. It doesn't seem like he wants to talk. Yes, as much as I prefer Kalia, she's much better in a fight, but Jaspar seems to know how to get around without being noticed too much, and that's going to be much more useful for something like a spying mission. And also, unlike Kalia, he's got no morals, so I imagine as a spy that would come in handy.
So much to do, so little time.
You really just stand there and watch the Myrad, and occasionally take flights, but this is where we met Kalia for the first time, and Master Batar. Or Signet Leader Batar, that was it. I've not really brought much in the way of magical protection from this fungus, so I hope I don't have to stray anywhere that's going to set my fever going. Oh, it's getting worse already. Those pus beetles. Let's just ride away from those. Oh, this is where the cart was. So they did recover the body. Ruger? Out. No, leave it. Right. Gonna armor up. I know the fever was from losing Ruger, I think. These pus beetles can spit very far. Where are they? The disgusting things. Oh. There's one. There's two. Oh, why is there always more? Oh, okay. I did buy a better copy of Matchstick. Where are you going? Chill, Matchstick. I suppose you can't chill your flames. What? Wolves. Oh, okay. Ruger. Oh, I'm stuck in a tree. Ah, oh, come on. I bought a better copy of Death's Breath, but I really can't keep up with the mana requirement for it. Oh god. Ow. Right. Ow. No, please. Ow. Why are these wolves so strong? And they're so big! Holy, they are big wolves. What is it about these woods? Right, we definitely need the mana. I thought we were doing better than mana. Or for mana than we were. Is there anything back here? I wish I got it. Relata Shira. Glenswater Crevice. I'm tempted to go explore. I know time is of the essence, but if there's a Relata sort of criminal operation nearing, or going on near the Order ritual site for the ceremony, we better check it out. I'm also hoping... Okay, I was about to say, this is very homely. But I look left and there's just a dark, sinister cave lurking nearby. It's not a bad little safe house, though, in a way. Some stew on the go, some soup. We'll have to... Hello, Ruger. We'll have to remember this place. If we ever need a safe house. If it's safe to call it a safe house. This might be a cap dust operation. Can't see anyone, but... Bringing the thunder will soon flush them out. Here we go. Ah, okay. Oh, no. Oh, I can't see. Oh, why can't I? I think I'm using two different versions of Death's Breath, and that's why I can't dual cast. Right. Limitless mixture of Relata. You were just standing and taking it. That was not a smart idea on your part. Oh. You got this, Thunder? Go on, Thunder. Yes. Oh. Is that all of them? No, not quite. Let's get Rugar back. Ow! releasing 2 versions. Let's get back that one, the cheaper version. I can sustain it for longer. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Boots that are... I don't want to start dressing like a criminal. But that is much better than what I'm wearing. It doesn't give me the mana regen, but I can't argue with that armor. Rune Sword of Fire Wrath. I'll take it. We do need the money. Rune Mace of Arcane Wrath. Scribbled notes. Watch my back. And before we do, let's just have a quick... I don't necessarily dislike the look, but I don't like being associated with a criminal organization. Right, these notes. Oh, those rune arrows. We'll take those. Right, so scribbled note number 1. Brother, £1. I'm sitting here and trying to understand if I should take the contents of this bag as just pitiable or as a way to ridicule me. £1. A bunch of glimmercap dust-addicted beggars could dig up more with their bare hands from the Whisperwood. I really hope you have a matching explanation for this crap. HZ. Brother, I thank you for the touching description of your family's troubles. Sadly, I'm not interested in them. What I am interested in is how you think you will solve this unfortunate situation to our favour. You know as much as me who will be the target of Father's wrath if we don't deliver. HZ. Father's wrath. HZ. So try to remember those initials. Rune bow. Oh, they had some good loot. Take all of this. I'm not missing anything else, am I? Oh. I do actually need a bottle of glimmer cap dust, I think, for the Dreamflower recipe. Squabble Deuce's key, that's good. You didn't have any on you, did you? No. Let's check the bodies of the other marauders. Which will take quite a lot, because we do... We can always drop or leave stuff if we need to. It's better to go back to town with a bag full of loot to sell than go back to town and have, you know, plenty of spare room in our pack. Because there's money to be made. You made me jump there, Ruga. Or somebody taking out their weapon behind me. Ah! Oh, I don't like it. Oh, my fever's so bad. Okay, okay. Anything? I think that's all. Kind of all. Quicksilver? Malachite. There we go. There's nothing... I feel like there should be a chest or something hidden in the water. It seems I'm mistaken. This is where I came from. Right, rather than make our fever any worse, just wade in the water. Avoid it. What does that activate? Ball and chain trap. Careful. Rugar, be careful. Rugar? Right, do not step back. I think this is another way out. Where did we come out? There's a chest in that boat. I assume this is a Relata smuggling operation then. Oh, okay. I kind of wanted to avoid the dirty lake water in this plague-ridden forest. Take all of that. It's like a fog surrounding that fortress. Oh, this is the ritual site, I believe. Never really got an opportunity to look around here last time we came. While we're passing, I may as well take a look. Rugar, I don't... Ah, no, he is following. It takes him a while, but he catches up. What keeps these blue fires burning, though? I never noticed those the first time. Is it a byproduct of sort of just being in the Whisperwood? If I lit a campfire, would it turn blue? Maybe it's simply the spores in the air. Ah! Spell Ward rank 2. We'll take it to sell. Trap. What kind of... What is that shimmer? You know what, Rugar? I think I want to trip this. Oh. I thought I was going to do something. What is... Oh! Oh god! Oh, it's killing me! Potion! Potion! And that, Rugar, is what happens when you walk in to strange black mists that you do not know what not a clue what it is. Cannot tell you, cannot begin to fathom what that is. So instead, it's going to reach through there, try and grab what are in these packs. Right, I don't think there's anything else of value in there. So, can I reach these urns, perhaps? No, that seems empty. Doesn't seem to be anything else, so we'll just forget about what's in that room. Better safe than sorry. I hope we come across a settlement or a trader along the way. I would like to stock up on more potions. I have a feeling it's just going to be even more dangerous from here on out. Right, let's take a shortcut. Back down. Let's just carefully get down here, back to the road. And there's a saber cat. I was gonna say let's call Barrel. You know what? I'm gonna unsummon Rugar. I'm just gonna creep by. I don't really fancy fighting that today. Not in these woods. Hello. Oh, okay, lost ones. Okay, right. This was Bring the Thunder. Got the soil. Soil elemental. Come on. Gotta be careful I don't hit Rugar. Right. Much better. All of this. It's a bloody skeleton, but I don't think I can hear a soul. Hopefully we're far enough from that. Saber cats. They won't come after us. I'm getting a feeling this place is not inhabited by anybody we want to say hello to. Those are order flags though, aren't they? Oh, how have we ended up this off course? Oh, we're here now. I keep spread out. What? Can I? Something's up there. It's like a ghost. Oh, I shouldn't at all. I am. That isn't very secure. Fortress Fogwatch. Okay, that was just thunder dissolving, I think. Wait, is this where the plague originated? Oh. I don't want matchstick, I want thunder. They're far more reliable. Oh! There's a lot of magic casters. Spectral Apothecary. Okay, I think this is the place. Ooh. Ah. Ow! Oh god! No! And that, Rugar, is why we always check our map before we set off. If we'd have gone the wrong way, who knows what we'd have found? Who knows what dangers we would have encountered? We have a job to do, a time-sensitive job. Stick to the road. We've already done enough of a detour. Just seeing all the flags around here makes me appreciate just the significant loss of losing this entire woodland area and their fortifications to just Enderal overall and the Order. As a chest, I want to look at because cursed my curiosity. I'm being shot. Lost ones? Come on, Thunder. Blood. Right, let's try to stay on task. Frostwind rank 2. We'll learn it. I don't think I really need it, but Entropy Adept. Oh, it's a shame that I don't need that. Right, how far away is Pack? Okay, so it's marked on the map just to the right, but it looks like the road goes along at the end and turns to the right. So let's just... You watch yourself, Barrel. Be careful. I think if we're expecting danger, we should probably remain on foot for now. Some kind of farmhouse. Oh. Oh, arts. I need to make sure I don't get in the way of thunder. Oh, beat into the test. Oh, he's looking at me. Ow. Oh. Ah, okay, there's another one. Jump over the wall. Protect me, Thunder. Come on, Rugar, don't leave Thunder out to dry. We good? We okay? Right, I need to make sure I've got potions on my belt, ready to go. Don't know how long this wheat's been here, but it'll help me out in a pinch. Let's take that. A lot of rune arrows and other rune equipment. Pennies left behind. Got that book. I almost thought to myself, oh, it's a shame that... Ooh, fine steel arrows. Got this. I was about to say, it's a shame that there's no mattress, but I would not sleep out here, even if you paid me. Not any amount of money would convince me that this is a good place to sleep. Let's quickly just check what these creatures had on them. Another rune sword. Nothing on that one. Right. Some quick bite before we go any further. Got our grilled leeks. More malachites. AKA more pennies. Right, let's get a bit of mana fungi. Just to be safe, I'm going to have some of that before we keep going too. Well, whoever these bandits are that own the Troll Pack, they've got taste for where they want to set up. Right. Hold them off, Rugat. Did you hit me there? I can't tell. There we go. Okay. Oh. Maybe I got hit by this archer at the back. Ow. Come on. You are resilient, I'll give you that. Nice one, Rugar. Way to go, gang. Bit of blue quartz. Oh, I didn't take it. I don't know what I took, but we can check it later. Oh. Some bees got really close to my ear there. Right. Fireball rank 2. Had a blast radius on it, I just noticed. Target. Maybe we should use more spells like Fireball. I feel like I'm missing out on something. We'll favorite it. Now let's go claim that bounty on Pack.